Are you guys seeing the my screen that says animation software?
Yeah, we see it.
Okay, great. Then that's going to work. I'm going to do, assuming there's time, I'm going to do like a live software demonstration towards the end.
Ooh, nice, exciting. Right, everyone. I know normally you don't turn on your cameras, but given that this is cool workshop, maybe we might need you to turn on your work camera. So I don't know, just a heads up. You don't have to. Hey, hi Izzy, hi Mackenzie, hi Perez.
Hi.
Oh wait, I forgot my video filter.
Oh, I'm looking at the chats just to answer anybody's questions. You don't need any software. We're going to be doing good old fashioned pencil and paper. So if you, I'll get into it later, I'm sure, but if you don't have paper handy, this is probably a good time to go grab some, just a basic printer paper, nothing fancy. In fact, printer paper works best because we're going to be doing a little bit of tracing, so nothing too thick. And then if you happen to have a Sharpie, that's going to work best for this demo. I'm seeing that some people have drawing tablets. That's probably fine, but I honestly, for this demo, paper and pencil is going to be the best way to learn. And then we'll get into some more high-tech options later. So Claire, just out of curiosity, is the audience going to see everybody or just you and me?
It's their choice. Let's see. So right now, I have it on gallery view, so everyone could see everyone. But I could change it to spotlight. I could spotlight you. Yeah, that sounds
It's up
good.
to you. I mean, I think as long as people are able to see me full frame when I get into the drawing demo, I think that's going to be helpful. So you can choose whether you want to spotlight me or just encourage everybody.
I just did.
There we go.
Is everyone able to see the spotlight or?
I can.
I'm really a teacher on Zoom. I'm usually the student, but you know.
All right, looks like it's working. Cool. You guys ready to jump in?
I see that Angel.
I love the background. That looks so cool.
Thank you.
Gosh,
yeah,
I love it
our
so
little
much.
angel hack minion. He's working away, hacking into the Pentagon as we speak.
I love minions.
It's possible for me to do that as well. I really want to do
Iconic.
That. Well, I'm going to teach you how to draw something pretty similar to what you're seeing there. And Claire, do you want me to just go ahead and jump in and talk about what we're going to do?
Sure, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So hello, everybody. My name is Brad Abelson. I am a director at Illumination, where we make The Minions, Despicable Me, Secret Life of Pets, Sing, The Grinch, and many more. And today I'm going to teach you guys how to draw and animate a minion. And you're probably wondering, what on earth does this have to do with coding or hacking or these other things? Well, the way we look at it, animation is such an attention-getting medium. And if you're designing a website or an app and you throw a character on the screen, a real simple character, something as simple as a minion or something you create on your own with a little bit of movement, that's really going to get people's attention. And a lot of people are intimidated by how to like draw or animate. And I can tell you personally, I'm not a great artist. I've mastered how to draw very simple and very quick. And I'm going to share some of my secrets with you today on how to do that so that you can use animation in any application, whether it's good old-fashioned pencil and paper or in websites. I won't get into the technical stuff probably because there's so many ways of animating. There's so many different kinds of animation software, but I will later in the session probably do just a live demo of a typical animation scenario. But the main thing we're going to do, and this is where I don't want you to be intimidated, I want everybody to grab a piece of paper and a Sharpie if you have it. And when and we're gonna do a really basic drawing demo. And you don't if you're bad at drawing, that's fine. I'm gonna make this so simple a toddler could do it. So I'm gonna give everybody a minute to just grab basic paper. If you can, steal from your printer, the basic printer paper, that's gonna work best because we're gonna be doing the tracing. If you get paper that's too thick, it's gonna get tricky. And then you can use anything, pencil, pen, but if you have a Sharpie, that's also gonna work best for this demo. So again, I'll give everybody a minute to grab a piece of paper and a Sharpie. And then just so you know, we're gonna do a real basic lesson together on how to draw a minion. And then we're gonna get a little creative after that and have a contest where I wanna see everybody's creativity, and we'll have a prize for anyone who wants to submit their drawing. If you don't want to draw and you just want to watch, that's fine. But I definitely encourage everybody for this first demo to draw along with me because it's really easy and fun. Yep.
Aurora, I see you have a question.
Should we have our paper horizontally or vertically?
I'll talk you through it. What I'm going to do actually now, and this is going to take me about 30 seconds, I'm going to switch my camera to a different view. So I'm going to give everybody 30 seconds to grab their paper and pencil, and I promise I'll talk you through everything. So Claire, if you want to entertain everybody while I switch my camera around, I just need about 30 seconds.
Yeah. By the way, Shravan, I don't think you need 50 sheets of paper. That's a little overboard. At that point, you're better off with a drawing tablet. You should see me trying to animate something. I had like a few hundred frames for like one tiny thing. It was really long time.
Yeah, I don't think I might need all of it. I just took it in case.
Yeah, nice. I have a whole stack too.
I feel like
Clap.
I'm gonna do super bad.
Oh, hi, Eric. Hi, Fuji.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do bad.
Oh, yeah,
I don't even have an eraser.
So I didn't see the form, so I went to all the workshops.
Oh, you didn't fill out form for any of the workshops, Eric.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Why?
But I went.
Oh, we see you. Yay.
Yay. All right. So everybody got their pencil and paper? I'm going to do this real slow, so you have time to catch up if I'm moving too fast, or if you're still gathering your paper. So to answer your question about horizontal or vertical, this is a very important step. We're gonna fold our paper. I know this is hard to see. Long way to folding it in half this way. So when you're done, you should have a piece of paper folded that looks like this, because we're going to be doing like a little animation that goes up and down, up and down. Yes, just like origami. I'm looking at the comments. So you've got your paper. We're going to be drawing on this top part at first. You got your Sharpie. We're going to start by drawing an oval, and we're drawing a minion here. So as you know, there are some tall minions, some short minions. So you can decide now if you want to have how tall you want your minion to be. I'm going to do kind of an average minion, and it's an oval, but it's also kind of more of like a pill shape. So you can go ahead and fill most of your page with this little pill shape. And if you wanted like a tall minion, I don't know if you've seen the Minions movie, Kevin's the tall one. He would be a longer, skinnier oval. Bob is a little cute one. He's practically a little circle. But again, this is standard issue average minion I'm drawing here. Now we're going to draw the eyes. So watch me for a moment before you draw, because you want to work on this upper third, and you want to do 2 circles, but you want them to touch in the middle, and you want to leave some space above and on the sides. So go ahead and draw your circles. And next we're going to draw the goggles. So the goggles are another set of circles that go around, but they connect up on top and below. So watch what I do. Goggles above and below, connect just at the top and bottom. And then the next thing we're going to do are the little goggle straps that are like on the side of the eyes that hold the goggles onto his head. We can just draw some black lines. As you can see, I don't draw perfectly. This is pretty janky circle, but it's totally fine. So you don't have to get precious with this. This is all about just having fun and getting the idea of how to draw quick and animate. So once we've got our goggles, now we're gonna draw some pupils. I'm going to give you a chance to be creative in a moment, but for now, everybody just draw two pupils looking straight ahead into camera, right in the middle. And then we're going to give them just a simple smile mouth just below, basic smile. Nothing too crazy. And now we're giving them some arms and legs. The minions have tiny, tiny stubby little legs. So we're going to start with two little lines for one leg and then an oval for a boot. We've got these little black boots. And then another set of two tiny little stubby legs and a black boot. Their arms, on the other hand, are very long. And they start about halfway, in their body. So for this first drawing, follow me, and then the second one drawing will get crazy. But the first drawing, we're going to have just two long, skinny lines going down for the arm. We can do the same thing on the other side. We're leaving space for the hand and the glove. The minions, does anybody know how many fingers a minion has?
4, I think.
4.
1.
3. You're thinking of every other cartoon on the planet, but the minions actually have just fingers and a thumb. So we've got, you're going to leave a little space. We're going to draw 3 little bumps for the fingers and then a little glove sleeve because they wear these little black gloves because they're little workers. And the same thing on the other side, 3 little bumps for the fingers and then like a glove sleeve. Now we're missing something very important, which is his clothes. We've got ourselves a naked minion that could get us all in trouble. So let's do something about that. Let's give him some overalls. The way we draw our overalls is right about halfway between the armpits and the bottom, we just draw a straight line across. And then above and below his shoulders, we're going to do 2 little lines for this, like the straps of the overalls that hold up the pants. And then to connect those, a little black circle for the button. And every minion has a little pocket right in the front of their overalls. And to draw your pocket, you're going to do just a straight line and then like a U shape underneath it that kind of follows that general body shape. So now here's a fun fact. If you see a minion with a letter G, that is a minion from the Despicable Me movies. Does anybody know what the letter G stands for?
Gru?
That's right, Gru, because the minions belong to Gru. They're his minions, and so he has this little patch that he's embroidered on their overalls that looks like a letter G. So if you want your minion to be a modern day Gru issued minion, put a little letter G here. If you see out there a minion that doesn't have a letter G, it's because it's from before they met Gru, like in the Minions movie. The Minions movie is a prequel to Despicable Me before they ever met Gru, so they didn't have that patch. So you can decide if you want the little letter G or not.
Or you can put your own
last
name.
thing, what's that?
Or you could put your own name.
You could, yeah. In fact, put your own letter in there if you'd like. The last thing we're going to do is some hair. Minions have all different hairstyles. This is where you can have some fun and do whatever you like. I'm going to draw basic like spiky hair, but you can give yours, a ponytail or a man bun or, mohawk, anything you want. So now we've got our basic minion. Now here's where the animation part starts. We're going to take our piece of paper and watch closely. We're going to take the piece that was behind it and flip it up and fold it over on that same line so that the bottom page is now on top. And if you did it right, you should be able to see very faintly through your first minion which is important because we're going to be tracing things. So again, your original minion should be on the bottom and you should now have a blank piece on top. And if your marker bled through it a little bit, that's okay. That's totally fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start drawing our second pose. And for the most part, we're going to be tracing what we did, but we're going to change a few things. And that's what's going to move. That's like the basic concept of animation right there. This will all make sense in a moment. So follow along with me and I'll tell you where you can, where you're tracing and where you're not. Let's start by tracing the goggles, but not the pupils. So hopefully you can see through and do your best to trace those 2 circles and the goggles around him, but leave the pupils out for now. And if you're having a hard time seeing through, here's a little trick. You can always hold it up to the light, like, or even put it up on a window to like get that first drawing to shine through. But hopefully if you drew dark enough and you have thin paper, you can see what's going on below. You can also kind of cheat by like kind of peeking underneath. But we're gonna, so like I said, we trace those goggles. You can even trace the goggle straps. But we're gonna start changing some things. Instead of the pupils looking straight at us into our soul, as I saw somebody wrote, we're gonna have our pupils do something different, anything. I'm gonna do mine going cross-eyed, but you can have yours going, you know, wall-eyed, up and down, left, right, one going up, one going down, anything you wanna do, as long as it's different. Now we're gonna trace the body, just like the original body, nothing's changing here. Not the arms or legs, but the body, the outline of the body. Do your best to get close as you can. If it's not perfect, it's okay, but the closer you get, the sort of cleaner this animation is gonna be. So everybody should have had that smiley mouth underneath. Now we're gonna change to a different mouth. And this is, again, where you can have fun. You can have him doing like, you know, a smile with teeth. You can have him with his mouth making like the O mouth, or you can have his tongue sticking out. I'm gonna do a tongue sticking out. So I'm gonna do the top line a little higher as if his mouth opened. And I'm gonna leave a little space for his tongue. Again, you can do whatever you want. I'm just doing a silly minion with his tongue out. And I'm gonna fill in this black to make it look like his mouth is wide open. And everything else we did with the overalls, I'm gonna trace. I'm even gonna leave a little gap where his tongue is, so it looks like it's overlapping, but I'm gonna trace the overall straps, the buttons, the pocket, your logo with whatever you put in there. I like Claire's suggestion to personalize it. We're also gonna change, we're gonna trace the hair. Man, even I'm having a hard time seeing what I did. We're not tracing the arms or legs yet. So you should have a minion now with no arms and legs. So we're gonna change a couple things here too. My minion legs, before we're going straight down, I'm gonna have him going out to the side now, like he's doing jumping jacks. You can go ahead and maybe just do this or something different if you'd like. And then instead of his arms going straight down, I'm gonna have him going straight up. So they're gonna connect in the same exact spot, but they're gonna go up. So two skinny arms going up. Same thing with the fingers as we did before. 3 little bumps for the fingers and a glove sleeve. 3 little fingers and a bump sleeve, or and a sleeve. So we are done with the drawing. Here's how we animate our minion. You're gonna use one hand to kind of hold one of the corners, and you're gonna use the other hand to like to hold the top page, and you're gonna kind of flip it, almost like roll it really fast. And if you did it right, your minion should look like he's doing jumping jacks. Who's got an animated minion? They're working for you guys?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Kind of funny.
So
Really.
you guys just learned the most basic concept of animation, and this basic concept where you trace things that you want, you know, to stay the same, and you change things that you want to move is the foundation of all animation. And you can do this sort of basic 2-pose cycle with a million different things. You can, I'm going to share some examples. You can, here's a minion doing the floss. I saw someone wanted a minion doing the dab. Hopefully this is the next best thing. Here's a minion dribbling a basketball. Again, everything stayed the same except for his arm and the ball. This is my favorite. This is Bob, the little minion. Little Bob doing big burp. Bah, 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 bah. And you don't have to draw. It doesn't have to be minions. You can animate anything. You can animate, you know, a rocket ship. You can animate any other character. There's no limit to what you can animate, but I would love to see, at least I want to see Claire's minion, Jumping Jack minion, before we move on.
Yeah. So
You
I've
mind
turned
sharing
off.
yours?
Sure. Or
You
I
just
don't
hold
mind.
it up to the screen.
I turned off spotlight, so if you guys want to move to gallery view, you can put up your drawing too. So it's kind of
Nice.
dumb. Oh wow, the halo thing is still there. Wait, let me get rid of that.
That came out great, Claire.
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
stop talking so we can see yours. Everybody hold up your minion. I want to see everybody's minions. Really nice. Good stuff, guys. Beautiful.
It looks really nice. Everyone's
It
just so good
does.
at it.
Good job. All right, so here's where we're gonna have some fun. The next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna ask those of you who want to participate to come up with your own animation cycle. I would love it if you did something with a minion, but you don't have to. Just keep in mind I'm judging, so you're gonna get brownie points if you animate a minion. But again, if you'd rather animate something else, absolutely go for it. What's most important here is creativity. I'm not gonna be judging on your drawing skills. I just want to see what you guys can come up with that's really interesting and clever and funny and charming with that. And ideally it should just be two simple drawings that cycle. And while you do that, I'm going to ask Claire to challenge me, and I'm also going to draw something live. And if you would like to just watch me, that's fine. If you'd like to work on your contest piece, that's fine too.
I have a question.
Like I said, yes. You have a question?
Yeah. How would you make it with more than 2 frames on paper?
For this demonstration, you can't. I can explain that maybe later. How you can make a
Okay.
flip book using like a pad of Post-its or something like that. It's a same basic concept. But for now, I would love to just see everybody get really creative and come up with something of their own. And again, and we have a prize for whoever comes up with the most clever animation cycle. And in the meantime, while you're working on that for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, Claire, I'd like you to challenge me to animate something,
Ooh.
whatever you like.
So there's 2 things. I know I really like comics, but I know that's hard. Actually, why don't you guys send in poll chat where you guys move on? I know my request would be kind of weird. No one has any requests? Pie? Anime stuff? Can you
I like cat
animate
girls.
Can you animate
I
a
stuffed in
Batman?
face.
Can you animate a Batman? Like a cute
I'd love
one?
to do something with a minion. Like, what if I did
Oh,
like
I
a
have a
little hacker
suggestion.
minion?
What if
I have a suggestion.
Oh yeah.
So like you showed us that the baby minion like burping.
Yes.
Like could you have a minion with its mouth wide open and then like it has a pizza in its hand and then the next frame it just like gulps
Absolutely.
it
That
in.
sounds great. I love that.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Give me a minute to think about this. So I just have to think about how I'll do that. So start pose, pizza, second pose, cramming in his mouth. All right, here we go. Pizza minion.
Pizza minion. Dun, 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 dun.
That is so quick and so nice.
I'm gonna put a B for Brad. I like that idea. I've never had my own minion. This changes everything. This is Stuart. Stuart has parted hair. All right, so now I'm gonna have him holding out I have an idea. Minion wouldn't eat a slice of pizza. A minion would eat an entire pizza. All right, a little steam coming off that thing. All right, there's my start pose. See if I can pull this off. Keeping this eye the same. Actually, I'm gonna close it like he's enjoying it. Keeping his head the same, his hair the same. He made a mess. There's gonna be like food all over his cheek. This is all the same. All I did was change his hand and his cheeks.
Golden cheeks.
All right, let's see if this works. You ready? Drum roll. Ow. 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 What do you think?
It's so
Did I pass?
10 out of 10.
It-
Actually, 100 out of 10.
Awesome.
my
Thanks,
idea.
everybody.
I like it. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I know that was kind of quick. So if anybody's working on their own and needs more time, keep going. I'm not going to judge or ask you to share just yet. I'm going to switch over to a different little lesson where I'm going to share my computer screen and show you how I would actually draw using animation software. So give me a moment to switch my camera around. I'm going to turn this off for a sec.
So I made one. It's kind of cheesy, but I'll
Let's
show
see
it.
it.
So this is Cupid the minion, and then he shot an arrow.
That's great. That's perfect. A plus.
Thank you.
All right,
I'm
I'm
like
back.
on the first frame.
What's that?
I'm still on the first frame.
That's okay.
Same.
That's okay. All right. So what I'm going to do now, and again, if you're working on something, keep working. If you'd rather just watch, that's fine too. I'm going to switch over to sharing my screen, and I talk to you a little bit about animation software. There are so many different kinds of animation software out there. I use something called Storyboard Pro because what I do, when I'm directing on Minions, I tend to work exactly the way you just saw me work with a Sharpie, but on the computer, just drawing really simple minions just to figure out the basic motions. And in this software, we're able to draw on the screen. So can you guys see me drawing like the little red lines? It's working. Okay, great. So this is how it works. I literally have a monitor that you can draw on. It's just like a stylus. It is a stylus that I'm using to draw, and so I can undo, and I can do, I can enlarge things. It's basically just like my Sharpie, but I can change things and I can delete things and I can rotate things. It's awesome. Again, there's so many different kinds of software that does this. Adobe has an animation software called Animate. There's probably a lot of free software out there. In fact, if any of you have some basic animation software you've used and you want to recommend it in the chat, please do. But I'm going to just take you through a real simple situation or a scenario that I would animate using this software. So I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to start by drawing a really basic minion, even more basic than the one we just drew, because I want to just demonstrate how unimportant the drawings being perfect is. This is just this took me 5 seconds and I've got a real basic minions. I'm gonna just color his eye white. You can't see it because it's behind, but I'm gonna then color the rest of him yellow. basically you have these coloring tools that you can decide if the color is on top or below. So this is behind. So I've got this basic minion now, and I can do a lot of different things with them. I can do what we just learned, where I can duplicate this this frame. Down here, I've got a timeline. This is just like in iMovie or any basic editing software where I've got my drawings on a timeline. And what I did is I duplicated that drawing, and I'm going to change. Actually, I'm going to make him wave. So I'm going to change his arm to going up, and I'm going to duplicate this drawing, and I'm going to make the second drawing going a little bit down. And when I flip it back and forth, he waves, and it's just like what we did on the paper, but it's now in my computer. And there's so many things you can do without having to do a super detailed, perfect drawing. Like, remember that minion doing the floss that I showed you? I can do that here really easy. Like, I just rotate his body, and I put 2 arms out, go in one direction, and then I duplicate him, and I flip him. Get him lined up, and then boom, flossing minion. It's real base, it's real simple. And if I want to start putting this in real time, like I'm making a little animated video, I start to get into how long do I want these frames to last. So like right now, you don't know if you can see it, but each of these frames is a second long. And if I duplicate this, 4 times and I press play, it's like boom, 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 really slow and boring. I want to make my flossing minion much faster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the timing on this first one to like a quarter of a second. Same with this one. It's like really short, 4 frames out of 24 frames. And I'm going to repeat it a bunch of times on my timeline. And when I push play, he's going to go crazy really fast. So that's basic animation on a timeline. You control the timing of how fast you want things to go by how long it's on screen. Another really cool thing you can do when you're using basic animation software is you can change the camera. And when I say the camera, I'm talking about like the framing. Right now, this is my frame, the rectangle. I'm gonna just give him some arms again. But you can change, whether it's a close-up on him or a wide shot on him, and you can even move it. So like, here's a situation where I might take my minion and I'm going to duplicate him a bunch of time. I'm going to give him a bunch of friends. I'm just copying and pasting a bunch of these minions all around. Oops, he lost his arms and legs. So now my one minion has just been cloned, and now he's got a bunch of friends. And they're all outside this camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a keyframe. I'm going to make this shot about 2 seconds long, and I'm going to set a keyframe here for where I want the camera to start changing. And a little later, I want it to go from a close-up to a wide shot, and add a new keyframe. Oops. Start frame. Here's my start frame, and here's my end frame. And when I push play, watch what's going to happen. We're going to start close, and it's going to widen. So I'm pushing. Oops, I have it backwards. Let me do it the other way around. All right, and I'm pushing play. Close up, and we just revealed our minions, and it was kind of quick. So I want to make that reveal slower. So I'm just going to drag these keyframes a little farther apart. And now when I push play, it's a nice slow camera move. So that's like basic animation, not even redrawing anything, just using the camera. Another cool thing I can do here is I can animate things. Like if I, let's say I drew a bunch of clouds. I'm gonna draw a cloud, like a gray cloud. And I'm gonna fill it in. Oops, I need a thicker pen here. Gray cloud. Right now it's on top of them. I have these layers here. It's just like in Photoshop, I can change the order. I'm gonna make that cloud below the minions. And I'm gonna duplicate this cloud a bunch of times. Shrink it down a little bit. I think I want less minions for what I'm about to do. I'm gonna delete some of these guys. Sorry, buddy. Make you guys a little bigger. All right, more clouds. Oops. And I'm gonna now set keyframes on my clouds instead of my camera. Oops. So I'm gonna start my clouds here. Ooh, I got one of my minions got messed up. Let me fix that. Oh, minion's missing an arm. It's a bloodbath. All right. So I'm back to my my cloud keyframes. I'm gonna start it there, and I'm gonna end the clouds higher. Sorry, like that. And so what do you think's gonna happen when I push play? Let's see. Here's what's gonna happen.
Looks like the minions are flying.
Exactly. It looks like they're raining minions. Minions are falling down on Earth. And I can take that whole shot and make it shorter, and it's gonna look a lot faster. Just by changing the length of the shot. Now they're falling a little faster. Basic animation, guys. Another really cool thing you can do, is this all making sense and you guys can see this okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I want to show you one really cool thing you can do. Is you can draw a lot of these kind of basic software applications, you can draw on live action footage. So I actually did something ahead of time here. I shot on my iPhone a little video of myself. And I'm going to show you real quick. And then I'm going to show you how you can draw on top of it. So this is me about half hour ago. Watch. You'll understand what's going to happen in a second. I'm just going to push play.
Hello. Ow! I just got slapped
So
by
what
a
I'm going to
minion.
do is I'm going to draw a minion slapping me. And I'm even going to include some sound effects that'll kind of help me kind of figure out exactly, like, you know, when that slap happens. So I'm just going to literally draw on top of this a real basic minion standing here. Oops. Thicker drawing. Okay, here's my minion. Again, I'm going to just fill them in real quick, real basic colors. So now I've got my minion standing here. And he's standing there. Right now, he's just going to be standing there not doing anything.
Hello.
Hello.
Ow!
I added some sound effects in there, but they're out of order. So I'm going to have him say hello, or bellow, and then I'm going to have him slap me. Right now, again, nothing's happening.
Hello.
Hello.
So using those sound effects, I'm going to start to change my minion. I want him to say bellow. So I'm scrubbing through, and right when he starts to say bellow, I'm going to open his mouth. Oops, I need to fill in the yellow here. So now his mouth is open. Oops, I'm totally messing this up. I gotta delete it here. All right, so closed mouth, open mouth. He's gonna say hello, and then he's gonna stop talking here. So I'm gonna copy and paste my closed mouth minion. So right now, let's see how this plays. See how his little mouth opened up? But I want him to like make a different mouth when he gets to the O part of bellow. So halfway through, I'm gonna cut, and I'm gonna change this mouth here. Fill it in. Oops. To a O mouth. And see how that plays. Pretty good. The timing's a little off. Let me fix that. All right. Bellow. All right. So he's saying bellow. Now I want him to slap me. So I put a slap noise right here. So before he can slap, he needs to wind his arm up. So I'm going to cut, start a new drawing here. Let's see, which arm should I have? I should probably use this arm. So I'm going to tilt his body as he winds up. Actually, I also want to make him kind of mad. Like he doesn't like me. I don't know why. I've done nothing to him to deserve this, but he's going to slap me. So he's going to wind up.
Well, it looks like he's slapping you like a friend. like a friendly slap.
Okay, good. So he's winding up, and now I'm going to do the actual impact. And what's good is because I acted this out ahead of time, I can use my own live action iPhone movie as like a guide of like where the impact is. So he's going to go like boom. I'm even going to add some like motion lines, like white ones, and like a cartoon slap mark. And that's only going to last for a couple frames to get rid of those. And then I'm going to have him, oops, he's kind of off his legs. Oh, well, I think that's fine. Then I'm going to have him go back to normal. But I'm going to have him still kind of looking at me with the evil eye. All right, let's see if this plays. You ready, guys? Here goes.
Hello.
Hello.
Ow! I just got slapped by a minion.
And there you have it. Basic
cool.
animation.
So cool.
Oh, that was really cool. I like the sound effects. Hello.
But what's cool is like you don't need fancy software. You don't need to be a great artist.
Can you play that one more time so I can take a screen recording of it?
Sure. All right, here goes. Ready?
Hello.
Hello.
Ow! I just got slapped by a minion.
You know, when they made the first Roger Rabbit movie, they were basically doing the exact same thing, but it cost them hundreds of millions of dollars and it took years. Nowadays, it's gotten so simple that you can do this kind of thing on your iPad. It's just incredible where technology has gotten. And if you have a good idea and you're creative, you can do anything. And again, bringing this all back to like why Minions at a coding marathon or a coding event, you can use this kind of really simple character animation in your websites, your apps to, you know, sell your brand or to get people's attention or to just make people laugh. So I just encourage you all to just try it, have fun with it. Don't worry about your drawings being perfect. So as promised, I want to see some. We'll do questions in just a second. Actually, let's go ahead and do some questions, and that way we can give people a little bit more time if they're still working on their submission. So yeah, what questions do you guys have? Let me go to gallery view so I can see hands. Yes, Moses.
How long have you been working on practicing animating minions? Because this is amazing.
Well, thank you. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but I actually started working on The Simpsons. When I was 19 years old, I got my first job working on The Simpsons, and I worked there for the better part of 20 years before I started working on the Minions. And obviously, I'm good at drawing characters that are yellow with big eyes. The change was pretty simple because the Simpsons and the Minions have a very similar style. But I've been working on the Minions for about 5 years. And I started out working in marketing where we do like commercials and things like that. And then I most recently got promoted to be a director on the newest Minions movie, which is coming out this summer. It's called Minions: The Rise of Gru. And the Minions, hopefully you've seen the commercials, but the Minions: The Rise of Gru is a sequel to the prequel of, you know, where the Minions movie was the first prequel to Despicable Me. This is now a sequel to the Minions movie. And if you remember, those of you who saw the Minions movie, the very last scene, they meet Gru as a little kid. Well, our movie picks up where that left off, and it's all about how little Gru and the Minions became the team that we all know and love. It's really, really funny. I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Isabel.
Is there a particular film or TV show that you watched, not necessarily worked on, an animated film that really got you inspired to go into this business?
That's a great question. Well, I was in high school when The Simpsons started, and that was everything for me. Like I had watched cartoons casually before that, but I didn't really care that much about animation. When The Simpsons began in 1990, that's how old I am, and I was like 14 years old, it blew my mind because the drawings were so much simpler like I said earlier, I'm not a great artist, but it was like, oh, I can draw those characters, and they were just so funny. It didn't feel like it was for little kids. So I really loved The Simpsons so much. I became obsessed with The Simpsons. I started drawing The Simpsons day and night, rewatching the episodes over and over again. I was obsessed. And it never occurred to me during all my years in high school, where I was known as the Simpsons guy, that I could work on my favorite show. It just didn't occur to me. I didn't know anyone who worked in animation. I just figured, it was some dreamland. They were making these episodes. And it was only a few years later when I was in college, I ended up going to film school at USC, that some teachers of mine said, man, you love The Simpsons and you can draw these characters with your eyes closed. Like, why don't you apply for a job? And I was like, you can do that? You can just apply for a job? It's not maybe quite that simple, but I did. And I got a job as an animator on The Simpsons between the summer between my sophomore and junior year of college. Never expected in a million years I could work on my favorite show. But I think the lesson here is, if you love something and if you practice really hard, and you share with people, especially like if you go out for a job one day at a company that you love, if you let them know how much you care and how much you love that whatever that show or that company produces, they're going to want to hire you, because they're working with people passionate and love what they're doing and love the product. So they hired me more because of my enthusiasm than my skill set. And I'll be honest, I was totally out of my league at first. Had a lot to learn, was worried every day I was going to get fired, but I just loved it so much and I worked so hard that I got through it. And they let me work part-time while I finished film school. And by the time I graduated 2 years later, without even realizing it, I'd become sort of trained to become a storyboard artist and a director. So I storyboarded on The Simpsons for many years, and then eventually went over to the Minions, where I'm directing, and it's just been a dream come true. I know that's a long way from the question that you guys originally asked, but I just thought it was worth sharing my story, because again, if you love something, whatever it is, don't be cool about it. Don't like keep it to yourself. Like, let people know, and doors will open, and just work hard, and people want to work with people who are passionate. I can just tell you that from firsthand, from all the years now I've worked in animation. So
Thank you.
that's my long-winded answer to your short question. Eric.
So, in like an animation you're embarrassed about?
Is there any animation I'm embarrassed about that I've worked on?
Yeah.
No, I'm really proud of everything I've worked on. I've even had some luck creating some shows of my own. They didn't do as well as, The Simpsons, but it was exciting to. No, I'm really proud of everything I've worked on. And I'm lucky. I know I have a lot of people I worked with on The Simpsons who were like, man, your first job was on The Simpsons. I grew up, my first job was working on the Pound Puppies or the Care Bears or something that they hated. And but I've been very lucky to work on things that I loved. And I think it's because I don't make it a secret how much I love my job, that I've been lucky to work on cool projects. Aurora.
I finished my thing that I wanted to show. Can I show it?
Yeah, I think this is the perfect time for anyone who wants to share. Claire, what do you think? What's the best way to do this? Do you want to just pick a few people? Like, I guess if you have something you want to share, click the raise your hand symbol, and then Claire, do you want to just highlight everybody one by one, and we can?
Sure,
We
yeah.
can
And
check it
also,
out?
I'll make a channel afterwards and you can post pictures if you want. All right.
Okay.
I'll just go by whoever I see. Aurora, I'll pin you first. You're muted.
Can you guys see that? Here, let me.
I can.
It's a little bright.
Put your hand on top of it.
Your
that will help.
your lighting's really
Yeah, I know my lighting's really
I
terrible.
think if you get closer, it'll be okay. You're drawing. Yeah, that's good.
yeah, it's okay.
And then let's see. Does it move? Do you have like a second drawing that animates?
So basically,
No, it's hard to do when you're holding it up.
he's about to kick the ball. And he gets the ball.
Yeah, that's great. That's excellent. Look at him, like he's raising his hands in victory. I love it. And that's the goal on the right?
Yeah.
Excellent. I
The
love it.
angel, the halo is just
Oh,
like
the halo.
shining through.
That's okay. We can tell what you're doing here. Really great. I love it. Thanks, Aurora.
You're welcome. Wait, here we go without the halo, so it's the
Oh, that's so cute.
Very cute. All right, who's
Thank you.
next?
All right. Next up is Tristan.
Hi, Tristan.
Okay, hello. So I'm from the show. Okay, so
Two
first,
minions.
second frame, and it's not the best drawing, but I just tried to draw them both jumping and high fiving.
Yeah, they're high fiving. That's great.
Oh, that's really awesome. I like how you have 2 minions. That's really awesome.
Love it.
Cool. Next up is Moses. Just let me know if the spotlight's not working.
It's working for me.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the first one. Mr. Minion is flying around trying to do stuff in his airplane.
Mhm.
And then second frame, he accidentally crashes into the building.
Oh no! Wait, that
Awesome.
reminds me
See,
of a movie. There was a Minions movie where Gru crashed into a building, right? Vectors. I don't know.
I think it's probably everyone. Every Despicable Me
Do
movie.
not remember that, probably because I never saw the Minions.
Cool.
Really good. I love it.
Our next one is Mackenzie. Oh, hi, Mackenzie.
Hi, Mackenzie.
Hi. So the first one is he like kicks him down.
Oh, that's so cool. He kicks him into a hole.
Oh, oh my gosh, I love that.
That's really clever.
Very evil sciencey. I see that teeth smile. Okay.
Love it. Great job.
Our next person is sorry, give me a second. Shravan. Oh, I see you've overcome your fear.
Yeah. Okay. So like, oh, this is the second frame. Sorry. Oops. So this is the first frame. He's watching one of the 2 TVs, and he has his hand in a popcorn bowl, and then he switches over to the other TV, and he gets sad.
two TVs.
And it turns to boo. It
He's
turns
living
to
large. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice,
Oh.
Robin.
Love it. Let's see. Oh, our next person is Sarah.
Okay.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello. My thing, I did it on my iPad, so
Oh, cool.
it'd be a bit weird. I colored it at the end since I had the time. It's
Oh,
like
that's adorable.
a minion
Hey.
celebrating. It's like someone's and like the minion's giving a present and like a confetti blower thing.
That's beautiful. I love all the colors. Now, Sarah, what software did you use to do that?
I used Procreate.
Procreate? Perfect.
Yeah, Procreate's really awesome. One
Yep.
of my favorites. Cool. Our next person is Anari Sean. Oh, sorry, Anari Shaw.
Hi, Anari.
Oh, hi. So mine is like a dinosaur.
Orpheus!
and then it presses a button.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love this one.
Really clever.
You should
Thank
definitely.
you.
Okay, I'm gonna make a channel right now, and everyone has to post it. This is amazing. I love that dino.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else?
I'm
taking notes. Some good ones so far. This is gonna be hard.
Oh, sorry. I was making this track out. It's my fault. Next person is Lydia. Wait, sorry. Give me a second. Let me spotlight you. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so I did the minions on a surfboard.
Yeah.
And he's kind of scared about it. And then the second one is the minion
Oh, cool.
riding the
Surfing.
wave.
I love that he's wearing like tidy whities or like a bikini, like a thong bikini.
Yeah,
That's
and
hilarious.
his hair gets blown out as well.
That's really good. I love it.
Oh,
Good
I love that
job.
hair. That's really cute.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Musty, you're next. Do you want to turn on your camera? If you don't, I can't spotlight you. Awesome. Cool. Oh, sorry. Oh, hi.
I'm doing like terrified, like surfing minions, like that. It reminds me of my first course of surfing in Bali.
That's awesome.
Whoa, I love the detail.
I
That's so
know.
nice.
That's what quarantine does to you, right? It makes you just like fantasize about being outside surfing and being at the beach.
Essentially, yeah.
Very cool. I love it.
Thank you.
Cool. And Ethan?
Hi, Ethan.
It's a minion reaching for a pie, and then the pie explodes.
Oh no.
That has happened to me so many times.
What type? Really? What type of pie is this?
An exploding pie. You've never had an exploding pie?
Because pumpkin just isn't good enough.
Okay, I am replacing the
Awesome.
spotlight right now.
Hi, Marissa.
Hi, Marissa.
Okay, so her mic doesn't work, so I'm gonna just narrate for her because she's my partner.
Okay.
Cool.
So what she has is like a Pikachu at.
I love Pikachu. You should see my profile picture. Oh my gosh.
And then when she
All right, on. He's like headbanger.
yeah, I was bopping to the music.
Oh,
My favorite
man.
part was a disco ball.
I'm actually really impressed with the way you turned his head in space. That's not easy to do. Really well animated.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Thank you. If you want, you guys can all post it on the thing. So Brendan and Musty, I'm not sure if you still want to go. Your camera's not on, so I'm unable to pin you. Oh.
Oh, look at Musty made his or hers right there in the.
I love it.
That's really cool.
Nice gift, Musty.
Yeah. This kind of style is perfect for gifts. The two drawings.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
That MacBook original logo.
Yeah.
Backbook.
Like DJ Minion. Very cool.
And Brendan. Tom the Penguin.
Very cute. Hi, Tom the Penguin. Perfect. Really good. Awesome. My gosh, I'm so impressed with everybody's creativity. And man, this is going to be a hard one. I took notes. I definitely have a few favorites.
Post in the Minions channel if you'd like. It's under workshop
Yeah.
category.
I do have, I think, a winner. The one that I'm going to award, the winner of this contest is someone who I think did a really good job of just thinking outside the box and being very clever with what you can do with just two drawings. And that person is, drum roll please, Mackenzie with her minion getting kicked into a hole. Mackenzie, are you there? Can we spotlight Mackenzie and show hers one more time real quick?
Yeah.
If you don't mind, Mackenzie.
Oh yeah, sure.
I just think that's so clever. Especially at first, I was like, what is that? A big ball? And then when he gets kicked in, it's just so graphically satisfying. I just love it. I think that's really clever, Mackenzie. So Mackenzie, I'm gonna send you my drawings and a little bit of minion swag. So we'll have to figure out. I'll coordinate with Claire just how to get your mailing address.
Yeah, we'll be sending out a poll for everyone for addresses, and we'll just keep an eye on yours.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Well,
congrats.
I think we're probably out of time, and that's all I got. But I just want to thank everybody for checking in with me and watching this long class, and just tell everybody congratulations on your animation. It was all really clever, and this was just a blast.
Thank you so much for coming.
My
It was
pleasure.
really fun. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this and I had a lot of fun.
Good. You're welcome. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.